Ushtov, I'm fucking stiff.
Yes.
Wait, before we kick this off, I just want to have fun with this really quickly.
Okay.
That's our intro.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, that was fun. Dad loves puss.
Yes.
Yes. Before we kick this off, how you doing? I gotta get our. Anyway, I'm doing production stuff really quickly. Just
No, you're good.
no dead air. Talk to me.
I'm good. Dead air is bad.
How long has it been since we recorded an episode?
2-3 weeks. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. People are asking about you.
They are asking about me.
They thought we were no longer friends or something.
Oh,
I was like, where did that come from?
I hate to break it to you, but
You're stuck with me.
you're still my friend.
I'm sorry.
Good.
You're still my friend.
I'm sorry.
People who are watching this on the video version, you're seeing me set up the production. Okay.
The Cole mindset.
Okay. I have missed you.
I've missed you too.
I haven't seen. Like, here's the thing. We've been hanging out a few times and we didn't record an episode.
Nope.
So it's people have been asking. But
Are you still friends?
are we still friends? Are you guys okay? Yeah, no, we're good. It's just,
I mean, I think people should realize that you can still be friends with someone and not see them, like, you could, a true friend, like, the amount of time that we spend away from each other,
Yeah.
and then we always come back and it's just like, oh, hey, fucking video games and shit, like, it's just,
Yeah. And not only that, not every time we see each other, we have to do a podcast.
yeah, it's just like,
which is cool. But with that being said, people have asked about you.
yes, we're still friends.
No.
Yes, I'm here.
People, people were talking about the game, the last episode that you were talking about. They're like reaching out to me and they're like, "Oh, dude, yeah, I can't believe you didn't know about that. That's a cool game." And then other people are like, "I'm gonna check that game out." That little rampage you went on for that last 30 minutes,
Dude,
like you sold it.
Yeah, no, that really good stuff, man. Really good
So, what really sparked that we wanted to sit down and do this right now? We were just talking about inbound first sergeants and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I want to just, before I tell a cool little story, I wanted to ask you, repeat what we were just kind of talking about, but I guess going greater length about this whole first sergeant thing.
So, like, my first sergeant experience was a recruiter / supply background, right? So it was very chill, very laid back, and very like.
Dude, that's awesome.
Like, don't get me wrong, they were still strict and still enforceful and stuff like that. First sergeant things, but it wasn't that by the numbers, post drill instructor type of first sergeant. So
Yep.
yeah, that was the experience I had.
What's crazy is, as a first sergeant, it's like if you take the drill field route, you're going to be a first sergeant because becoming a drill instructor, introduces you to like company control, like leadership and stuff like that at a company level. Not your job, but personnel management, so to say. When you do the drill instructor route, you are being groomed from gunny to go down the first sergeant route because you've already had experience controlling platoons.
Yep.
Or even if you, depending on what you did on the drill field, up to a company or a series or whatever. So that's the outline. Of course, there's a lot of people who were drill instructors and then stayed as master sergeants and went down that road. But typically, when you do a B billet, you got your recruiting route and you got your drill instructor route, and then you got the security guard one, the MSG one. But the two most known ones is recruiting and drill instructor.
Yep.
And if you do recruiting, chances are you'll be a master sergeant. If you do first sergeant, you're gonna be or drill instructor, you're gonna be a first sergeant. Typically.
Yep.
Again, there's always outliners. But it's really cool when we get a first sergeant who came from recruiting duty.
Yeah.
Because they are all like laid back. They're just like, yeah, it's cool. My mass sergeant, the first person who I think officially subscribed to the show on the YouTube, at least, he was a recruiter. He came from recruiting duty, and then he took the master sergeant route. and this dude is chill. Like but he was kind of by the book, but he's
I've
like,
seen a connection here, you know?
yeah. He was pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
he was a policy guy, you know. Right. I'm not saying anything that I'm assuming he's going to listen to this episode, but he was a policy guy. Like it wasn't like he was like, you know, a renegade, but he was more approachable. This dude was my monitor. I think I've talked about, I don't know but he was my monitor. He gave me orders to Virginia, and I'm like, oh my God, why? And then he was like, his thing was, he said stud a lot. He's like, hey, stud.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he was one of those. That's that generation Marine Corps. He's like, hey, stud. He's like, you know, I mean, I came here because after he left monitor duties, I guess as a monitor, he came to Virginia. He's like, it's not that bad. I came here.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I was like, you got a point, but Virginia, I was like, I wanted to be on the West Coast. But all that aside, like, on the first sergeant, like when you picture a first sergeant, you picture because like I feel like the first time I ever saw a first sergeant was drone instructor duty, or as a recruit.
Yeah.
And so first sergeants were very aggressive, and then throughout my whole student status in the Corps, all these first sergeants were pretty aggressive. And then when I got to my first duty station, our first sergeant at the time, his name was First Sergeant Warren. I won't forget him because he was laid back. That was the first time I ever saw a first sergeant. I didn't know you could be a first sergeant and be from the recruiting side.
Yeah. Whole different dynamic, right?
Oh, dude, he was so chill. Like, even the way he punished an NJP Marines was like smooth. he was chill.
Yeah.
And then he PCS'd, I think, because he eventually became a sergeant major. I think he got frocked. Do you know what frocking is?
Not right now, no.
Dude.
Completely slipped my mind. What's up?
So, when you are going to become a certain rank, this doesn't happen as like a corporal getting frocked as a sergeant. It doesn't work like that. You see this in the higher leadership. If you are for sure going to become, let's say you're first sergeant, right? Mm-hmm. You are for sure going to become a sergeant major. But we want you to go to this command sooner. And you are you're PCSing before you pick up sergeant major. Excuse me. You get frocked. And it's basically you wear the rank of the next rank you're going to be, but you don't get the pay.
What
the pay will come afterwards.
What?
They do that when like you're in zone of picking up. Well, you don't become in zone after a certain, even in the enlisted side, you get selected. But he was PCSing and like, okay, well, we need a sergeant major to be here now-ish, and you're going to become a sergeant major, so you're going to wear the rank. It's like you can sit on the council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What?
Take a seat, young first sergeant. So you get frocked, and then you go,
Okay.
you PCS.
I gotta get the concept, yeah.
And you go be a sergeant major, and eventually you just pick up the rank. Administratively, you'll see your thing get changed, and your pay will change and all that stuff. So he got frocked it. I think that's the actual word.
Frocked it.
And then we got a new first sergeant. First Sergeant Hogan Camp. This dude was drill-filled infantry.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. This dude was the greatest first sergeant I've ever met. Completely. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to believe in from first sergeants anymore, because this dude was like, he conducted himself like a drill instructor sometimes. He'd be like, ah! He did that thing, right? Like, you know when you're a drill instructor because they have that command presence thing? He'd be like, Company, 10, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, God.
You knew. Like, oh, that dude was
He's
DI. he was SDI for a hot minute. The way he called cadence, like, you knew. You just know. He was the chillest motherfucker I have ever got to work with in that close kind of proximity as a first sergeant. I was like, dude, this dude's mad chill. And our company commander, I think he wasn't infantry, so he was logistics. He's mad chill too.
Yep.
So these two together, like, we had a cool company. It was pretty cool. Then the first sergeant got frocked, and then he went somewhere else. I'm like, damn, people keep getting dude. They get frocked, I get fucked. Different F's.
Yeah.
So, and then the guy who replaced him, I think was a recruiter. He was not a drill instructor.
Yep.
You can tell. And he was a dick. He was a recruiter who was a dick. I don't remember his name. He was just like, hey, la 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 la, good to go. He always like to do this. Good to go. Hey, good to go. If it gets to my level, when it gets to my level, what am I supposed to do? Smash it like a hammer. Good to go. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. Somebody has something to prove.
No, my first sergeant's thing, and nothing against him at all, but like, he always said, on Friday right before we got released, he's like, make sure we're all back for. And the Marines have to go Moto Monday, like that was.
Are we motivated?
That was
dedicated.
That
even?
was just his thing, and to whoever I worked with, they know exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, so
is he still in? Like at that?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there. I mean,
he's not with that battery anymore.
Name drop him. Who gives a fuck?
I'm not gonna name drop him.
I name dropped.
His thing was Moto Monday every Friday. So
there's nothing wrong with being a little motivated.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yo, I saw this meme. I'm probably gonna post it on the Instagram. I'm trying to get more involved with the Instagram page and stuff like that. And
cool.
The Facebook page. But I saw this meme. The guy was like drunk at. Actually, I wonder if I can put it up here. I probably can. He was drunk on a Sunday night or something, and I guess I have to dig a little further, which means I'm not gonna dig too much because I'm just talking to kill the silence in the air. This is getting a boring. It was so good though. It was so good. I laughed because it's basically you're drinking the night before PT, and it's like found it.
Oh boy, what do we got here?
Read it out loud.
When you have PT at 05 and you're still drunk, I'm in my prime.
Look at him. Look how miserable he is. Look how miserable. That like Monday morning PT fucking sucks.
It's awful. It's god awful.
Oh boy.
Especially when like they try to make it fun and it's like a football game or something.
Dude.
And it's just there's like a pre-run just to get to the field, and then after you do it there's a run back, and it's just no one's happy. No one's happy.
I found out a little too late. I should have just, oh no, I'm going to BAS. Can't make it in today. I'm sick. Where's your sick chick? I'm fucking up your ass, goddammit. Where's your sick chick? Sick chick.
Oh yeah, no, granted you were not sick unless a piece of paper said you were, so.
Isn't that fucked up?
That's fucking ridiculous.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, I have a fucking migraine. I'm going to come in a little late. All right, cool, whatever.
Quick little story on that.
You're not sick until you put something in my hand.
I had one of the closest Marines I ever got to meet throughout my little 4-year time, but he no shit broke his ankle during a run, and he was actually my roommate at the time, and he was like, hey, I think there's something wrong with me. My foot doesn't feel right. And my dumbass, I was like, dude, you're fine. I broke my legs. I know what broken bones feels like. You're fine. He's like, yeah, you're right. I just need to stop being a bitch. I was like, yeah, that's all it is, man. But then
pain is weakness leaving the body.
It got to the point where he was in genuine serious pain, So he would tell our sergeants or whatever, and they're like, well, just keep running. You're probably just sore or something. Blah, blah, blah.
Hydrate.
Keep running,
Ibuprofen and drink water.
And he's like, no,
change your socks.
There's something really wrong with me. So they would make him run and shit on this really fucked up, ankle that he had or something broken in his foot. And to the point where it's just Marty, I really got to go to medical. I was like, dude, just fucking go then. So he went there, and I forget the specifics, but they x-rayed his foot. Forgot to get back to him for 2 weeks, and he had to call them. They're like, oh yeah, your foot's broken, come in.
My god.
So total fucking champion, man. He's a fucking beast. He can take pain, I guess, no one else. But yeah, for I want to say almost 3.5 weeks, he had a broken foot that he was running on, and he was like, guys,
dude, that probably fucked him long term. Is he still in?
No, he got out. Yeah, we got out together. And I don't know if he was
Brother,
like,
go to VA and get that shit. Like,
yeah,
holy fuck, that can fuck him long term.
yeah. No. I mean, he's long since recovered from that, and he's
If there's one thing I'm gonna give the Marine Corps is that they get us set for life for collecting disability.
But what I was getting at is like, even though he tried to tell people like, yeah, I'm not doing too good. They're like, stop being a pussy. You just go run. Until a piece of paper says you're okay, like you're not okay.
Dude, I remember one time I had wisdom teeth pulled and my mouth was swollen shut.
Oh God.
And they're like, until you give me that fucking piece of paper, no.
Yeah,
you're working. I'm like, I'm high on Vicodin. I can't drive. I can't see straight.
Yep.
I'm delusional and I'm in so much pain. Where's that piece of paper? I'm requesting Max. What, bitch? I'm requesting Max.
Who's Max?
Blood. I'm requesting Max. Just dripping down. Oh, sounds like you want to talk to Max? Well, I don't know who Max is, but you can go home and just rest up because they see
just sleepy eye them and walk away.
Yeah, right. Fine. Be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Oh, but God forbid a staff sergeant or anyone above him is late to formation or just doesn't feel like coming in.
Sorry, I had to take my...
I had a family issue.
I had a family issue. I had a fucking family issue.
Oh, my God.
Fucking hell. Well, what about me? What about all the Marines E5 and below who are married? It's like, no, well, you just got married for BAH.
Doesn't matter.
I had a family issue.
God forbid you're a minute late to 15 minutes prior. You're a fucking shitbag.
You piece of shit. You fucking piece
Life
of
happens,
shit.
Man.
If you're on time, you're late. Right?
Oh, yeah. No.
Fuck that. Fuck you.
Granted, like, I'm human too. Like, there were a couple of times I'd either forget my alarm clock or I didn't even wake up with my alarm clock, right?
Yeah.
And I'd wake up, in that 15-minute window, like, hey, I call whoever, like, hey, I woke up late, I'm on my way. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a fucking shitbag, blah, blah, blah. You're a waste of human space, blah, blah, blah. The Marine Corps doesn't need you. Like, all this negative shit, all because you're 10 minutes late to the 50 minutes prior.
It's like, still not 5 a.m. I don't fucking care.
What? You're an example, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Raw, fuck you. Go hate yourself.
Dude, there was no shit. There was a time, and I know this guy remembers. He was fresh to the fleet, and I was a new corporal.
Like
and
boot brainwash scream.
No, not
corporal
boot brainwash. I was still like, well, I mean, like even then, I don't think I was ever a brainwashed corporal. I was always just me.
Yeah,
with a corporal, rank, and this kid showed up late to formation, and the sergeant was like blasting the fuck out of him, and it was something along the lines of like, "Why the fuck were you late? Oh, I bet you didn't even shave either." And he's like pointing at nothing, right? And, and so he's like,
fucking.
So like he's like spitting on this kid, and it's just getting like, okay, we get it. You're yelling at him. He was late to formation, whatever. So then he's like, "Go back to your room and fucking fix that shit. You got like fucking 2 seconds. Hurry the fuck up." And so like to kind of like get the spotlight away from him, I jumped in and I was like, "Hurry the fuck up, run to your room, let's fucking go." And I like sprinted after him, right? Like chased him back to his room. "Hurry the fuck up, blah blah blah, you're fucking, what the fuck's wrong with you?" We get inside of his room and I'm like, "All right, stop. Chill out. I'm not angry at you, I'm not mad. That was just a front for the sergeants, okay? Shave your face, you fucking don't fucking cut yourself. We'll go back to formation and then we'll play the fucking game." Dude, he was just like, yes, Corporal. No, like, no, just calm down. Like, this is me talking here, okay? Just relax.
Hey, I'm Emilio.
Okay? I'm
nice to meet you.
Corporal Martinez. Nice to meet you.
Hi, hey,
he's like, yes, Corporal. Yes, Corporal. He's just like losing his fucking mind, right? And he's like fucking, his shaving cream's like all over the place too. And I'm just like, dude, calm the fuck down. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to drill instructor you while you're fucking shaving. Just shave your face really quick, and then let's just go back, okay? Yes, Corporal. And so, yeah. So, like, that was the kind of thing, like, I put on a front to get away from that, like, fucking useless whateverness that...
I've done it a few times.
And it's worked. It worked every time, you know. And then it got to the point where I like leveled with them. I was like, look, just because I'm this way doesn't mean you can take advantage of me. I'm looking at you. I'm looking out for you because I've been there. I know what that's like. Nothing gets solved through fucking useless yelling and being called a shitbag, and then not being told how to correct it or whatever. Like, you can call someone a shitbag or just deliberately make fun of somebody and then not correct them, and nothing gets accomplished, right?
Did you learn that from another NCO above you at one point, or is that just something you picked up along the way for yourself?
Both. I learned it from like, it's weird, right? Because you have like the sergeants that took their job very, very seriously.
Yeah.
And then you have the sergeants that are like, I don't really give a fuck about this. I'm just doing this because this is what my job is.
Right.
So I took the best of both worlds, right? And then, because I mean, like, I had the corporals that were field day corporals, right? And like that's the only time they wanted to, like, you know, strut their shit, be a corporal, NCO, blah blah blah. I fucking hated that shit. I hated it so much, you know. And they were literally just doing it because they had that power, right? So like literally, it was like one of those. I vow when I become a corporal, I won't be, you know, I'm not gonna be like that.
Yeah.
So, and I tried my best to you know, really follow through with that. And sure, I slipped along the way, and I probably disappointed a couple people from time to time.
Shit happens, man.
That's just life, man.
Shit fucking
nobody's
happens.
perfect.
Dude, one of my very good friends, someone I consider like I'm very close to, a brother almost. He just picked up Gunny, and I teased him. I was like, how the fuck did they let that happen? Like, the Marine Corps fucked up like 3 ranks ago. And now like they haven't realized the errors of their way yet.
Right.
He's a fucking gunny, and that just like blows my mind. I knew him as a corporal.
Yeah.
Right? He was a corporal. I was a lance. He actually, you met him.
Oh, the tall one.
Yeah. When he came out here for recruiting duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, coolest motherfucker I know.
Super chill. Yeah.
Okay, you'll understand. Dude, he's so fucking chill. I learned everything about proper leadership from him, hands-on with the work. He was the one who was like, I do this because it's my job, but he also takes his job seriously in the sense that it's like, I take the job seriously. That doesn't mean I'm going to play stupid Marine Corps fucking games.
Yep.
But this is my job, and I am going to make sure that my job is good. And I'm good to go. And you can't hit me on my job.
Yep.
He was the type of guy that because he was so good at his job, nobody could touch him. And he's like, he got to be a shitbag without really being a shitbag.
Yeah.
He was a fucking killer, like performer with the job.
Okay.
Not a shitbag Marine, but, you know, not one you would want to like, it's like, be like him. It's like, well, if you're like him, like he's the type of guy's like, at 1600 exactly on the dot, I'm out that door. Mm-hmm. If one of you clowns, he said this ago, if one of you clowns give me a reason why I can't be out that door, tomorrow morning, I'm writing a page 11 on all of you, on the corporals, on the sergeants. He's like, I'm starting with the leadership.
Dude, I love that trickle down factor.
He's he goes, if you give, because see, now at this point he was a staff, right? So I think he was more, well, I wouldn't say just strict review, because where he was at the time, at least, it was very top heavy with ranks and stuff like that. But he wasn't a junior senior guy. But he's basically like if this is not done, because you clowns want to screw around all day and then take your work seriously as closer to 16. At 16, I'm out that door. I'm going to go home to my kids, to my wife and my family, and I'm going to live my other life.
Yeah.
And if you give me a reason why that interferes with that, first thing I'm doing, first thing in the morning, I am writing a page 11 on the sergeants and then the corporals, and then it's going to come down. Like this, he taught me so much about like actually like tasking.
Yep.
That to this day, like literally to this day, if it wasn't for me like kind of mirroring his work ethic in that sense, where I am right now as a contractor, nobody can touch me because I'm really fucking good at what I do. But I have, plugs in my ears. Right. I wear jeans to work when people are wearing slacks.
Yeah.
I get away with just being more relaxed.
Yeah.
That's something he would have done. I don't know about maybe the earring thing. I don't know. But the thing is, like, it's something he would have done because at the end of the day, like, you can't touch me on my work. And that was the secret I learned really quickly. And when I had him pin me on when I finally became an NCO, because I'm like, dude, this is exactly what I want to emulate because it's right.
Yeah.
You don't have to play the stupid games. And then as I was a corporal, let's start off as a corporal, I became a section chief. I immediately did the whole, I would do a front in front of the higher ranking people.
Okay.
And then pull them aside and be like, all right, this is me talking. You didn't know me as like Lance Corporal or whatever, but this is how I am. This is what I expect from you. This is me talking to you. I would have like frequent meetings with my section and be like, this is my expectation. Some of the people who were there when I was a Lance Corporal kind of understood that, but all the newer people was like, this is what I expect.
Yep.
And if you give me a reason to have to like make a scene in front of other Marines just to kind of, put the front, then I'm going to act on that reason. But my disciplinary thing is I'm not going to try to like ruin your career. But at the same time, if I got to chew your ass, I'll chew your ass. I don't want to chew your ass.
Yeah.
And this guy, because you're talking, he's like, oh, yes, Corporal. This guy was like, I told him like, hey, do this. Yes, Corporal. No, just shut the fuck up and just do that. Yes, Corporal. No, fucking just do it. All right, Corporal. And then it's like, dude, shut the fuck up or I'm going to grab you. He's like, all right, Corporal. He still was like, I grabbed, like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to go downstairs and practice McMap real quick. I'm going to go. All right, Corporal.
So going back onto that, about 2 months to me getting out of the Marines, we got another boot drop, right? So a bunch of you guys. And
oh, boy.
There was this one boot that would just, my bad, one new Marine that just wouldn't, like,
a fucking boot.
It wouldn't register to him that, like, okay, I'm Corporal Martinez, but I'm getting out Corporal Martinez, right? I'm to the point where I'll take my job seriously when I need to, and I'll get what needs to get done. But at the end of the day, once the 1600 close of business is done, I'm not Corporal Martinez anymore. I'm fucking chilling in my room, fucking guitar playing, video game, just focusing on getting out, right?
Preach it.
So if it gets to the point where
Terminal Corp,
we're like I'd just be walking and I just see him like sitting down, somewhere.
Yeah.
And he just immediately, like in civvies, would just like pop to a parade rest while sitting.
No.
It's like, good afternoon, Corporal. I'm like,
no.
Shut the fuck up. No. I am not Corporal Martinez right now. I am just Emilio. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. I was like, now fix your hands. You're like, what? So
I had somebody sit at attention to me one time. I was like, what the fuck you say? He went,
this is my life.
He just stood there. I was like, and I said, play it with your goddamn mouth.
Okay.
Did you ever see that movie? Jarhead. It's just Jarhead. Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
With Jamie Foxx as the staff sergeant?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I was imitating a scene, and one of the guys didn't know I was imitating the scene.
Oh my god!
And so he sat at I was like, he's like, I'm here for the bugle tryout. I was like, now normally, and this is where this PFC didn't know. He didn't know what I was doing. He came in on the back end of it, and so then he sat down in the back watching. But I was like, normally I don't give you guys treats, but today I got a very special treat for you. And I called somebody out in my shop, and so I kind of tailored it to my shop and not from the movie. It's like, so and so is going to treat us by playing the Marine Corps hymn, or he's gonna play Reveille to lift our morale. Take it, and the other guy knew what I was doing, so he was just quoting the line. He's like, "Oh, I don't got a trumpet, Corporal." I was like, "You don't got a trumpet." Okay. I guess you better play with your mouth then. And he was just like, well, Corporal? I said, play with your goddamn mouth. And then the PFC goes, and so the guy comes, and the PFC is just standing there like that. And I look over and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, all right, Corp. And everyone starts laughing. He's like, wait. What's going on? I was like, bro, ever seen Jarhead? He's like, no. I'm like, did you ever see Full Metal Jacket? No. I'm like, did you ever see 300? No. Get the fuck out of my car!
Yeah. No, not granted, like I totally understand the whole like respect and address the rank above you. I'm all for that. But if it's to the point where like you're just like trying to have a conversation with them and they're just like, yes, corporal, no corporal, I corporal, yes, corporal, no corporal, I corporal, like the entire conversation is like, dude,
Finish the sentence. When two Marines are together,
it's a gentleman. Or it's
no.
What?
When you're going out in town this weekend,
yeah.
just remember, if two or Marines are together,
It's battle buddies. What do you want? What do you want me to say?
one's in charge.
Oh, fucking sorry. My
One's
bad.
in charge.
Yeah.
You're so fucking right about it. Like you can't have a normal conversation with some of these people.
Yeah.
I feel like it's meant to segregate the NCOs with the non-NCOs with the staff NCOs and all because like you can't have a proper
You
fucking
cannot.
conversation.
And let that like
Don't sit at attention
Yeah.
to me when I'm saying, "Hey, how's your lunch?" It's good, Corporal. Bro, it's fucking Saturday.
now going back to field day corporals. They during a normal conversation will make them, hey, fix your fucking hands when you talk to me. I'm a
Oh
fucking
my
corporal,
God.
right? Say it back. Here's corporal. No, really say it. I corporal. You know?
Fucking suck my
Like-
left nut.
like, and that's what I hated. That's what I fucking just like.
And those are the those
yeah.
are the fucks that stay in the fucking court.
Yeah.
You push good people out because like I'm
Yep.
not dealing with this shit. When I finally was able to have fuck you rank on,
Yeah.
and I finally saw one of the corporals be like, "Well, no, no, no." I was like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah.
Like I went off on him. Like I was like, "You're a piece of shit. You're
Yeah.
a fucking asshole. You're an idiot. You're a fucking boot, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So you hide behind your goddamn ranks instead of knowing what the fuck your job is." And he's like, "You can't." It's
Yeah.
like, I can't. What? What the fuck are you gonna do?" And he just got like, "You want to go outside? We can go outside.
Yeah.
We could blouse off tree line because out east there's the actual tree line. You want to go downstairs, make map room? We can fucking make map. What the fuck do you want to do? Get your goddamn head off your ass and think like a fucking man and quit hiding behind this damn aye, Corporal." And he's like, "Fuck you," and he just walked away.
Mm-hmm.
This dude picked up Sergeant Corporal Vasquez.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sergeant, not gonna drop his name.
Yeah.
He comes back to me.
Oof.
And he goes, "Hey, Corporal Vasquez." I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" It was just like, it's like, "I got 2 months left. What the fuck are you gonna do?" And he's just like, "Delay your turn." It's like, "You're not my chain of command." He's like, "You're not part of my shop." And he's like, delay. It's like, "I'm not even taking terminal." Selling that shit. Fuck
You're not
you.
my dad.
Fuck you.
Oh, dude, yes. And you know, it was so like
Fucking barracks ass sergeant.
There's
yelling at a corporal who lived out like fuck.
there's so many like hypocrites too, because like you'll have the guys that are like, you know, yes sergeant, no sergeant, I sergeant, like corporal side.
Mm-hmm.
But then like the second, like amongst peers, one of them becomes a sergeant while the other's still a corporal. That corporal's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna call you a sergeant. Fucking, I know you."
Yeah.
You know, like, but then in return, he's like, "Well, wait a minute,
yeah.
I'm a fucking sergeant," and then it's like, "Oh, but like, you know, like it's so weird. Peers picking up above and below each other is fucking weird."
Yeah.
Right? But you know, like I always told my guys, like when we're in front of people or we're in formation or whatever in that public environment, just address the rank and play the fucking game.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's chill. I don't give a fuck.
If it's a company formation, I'm by the book.
Yeah.
First squad, present or accounted for
Yeah.
or whatever. Right. I'll do all that shit. When I'm in my shop, that master I was talking to you about,
Yeah.
he knew. Like I know he knew. They all knew. It's like the shop. If we were a big shop, not that big. He knew. It's like we're inside the shop. We'd walk around sometimes with blouse off, just fucking. It's like, hey, just we all had to understand. Just do the fucking job. Just do the job, and we're good. Even our chief warrant officer. He and this dude. I've talked about before on the show or one of the earlier episodes. He prior drill instructor. He knew.
Yeah.
He fucking knew. But I'm not going, "Hey, what's up, dude?" to him. But but I wasn't always like, "Good afternoon, sir. Lance Corporal Vasquez requests permission to speak to Chief Officer somebody and enter." No, none of that shit. Like it was just chill. It was chill
forth.
enough.
Yeah.
Like we knew. However, the whole playing the game thing. You piss off one of the top people, that shit rolled down. So one time that chief officer was like, "Oh, you want to play games? You guys want to be fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stand up, sir.
What?
Corporal,
That's beautiful.
sir. Marines, stand the fuck up. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down." So I was like, "I'm not." I remember one person's like, "I'm not fucking doing this." I'm like, "No, dude, it's the chief officer. You gotta do it." He's like, "No, what the fuck's he gonna do? He could do a lot. He has a lot of authority right now. The worst he could do is give a former drill instructor an officer rank where he can actually have more authority." Like, he never abused his power, by any means. But what the fuck?
Sorry. I just straight.
What was that?
I just swallowed, man.
You're
Like,
right.
sorry.
Oh, God, I hope they got picked up on the mic.
It probably did.
Yeah. Dude, it was just like when you piss off the top and it rolls down, now you have pissed off staff NCOs, which you have even more pissed off NCOs, and then PFCs and Lance and privates are just fucked.
So this is where it got weird in the artillery community, right? Because their thing was like, it became like whoever like in like staff sergeant and above, whoever you pissed off, it was who's your section chief?
Oh no, yeah,
You know, like what section you with? You know, or what platoon you with? You know, and it was that kind of game, right? And it was like, you know, no matter how much you try to defend your chief and like how it was strictly your fault, not his fault. He's like, no. Who's your chief?
Oh no.
And then you tell them, and they're like, okay, get out of my face. And it's like, oh fuck. So then you walk away, and you're just like, oh god. And like 5 minutes later, you call from your section chief. What the fuck did you do? What the fuck? Blah blah blah. What the fuck is
you don't call the section chief first to give him heads up?
Oh no, like you can try, you can fucking try, but as soon as you're outside their line of sight, they're fucking get over here now, you know, type deal. And it's just like, woo. And you know, I've seen it happen in other sections. I myself have been responsible a couple times, but you know, and it got even worse where like your chief one is available, and you do what's called like a chiefing, or like you're like the next in line kind of. And so I had a couple moments where that were like, where's your chief? Oh, he's on leave. Who's his A chief? Me. So you play that game, it's like, oh god,
it's me.
So it wasn't so much like a crumbling down effect. It was, who's your chief? Your chief is pissed. Your section's gonna play games. So,
yay!
Yeah, that was always.
We should take a trip back up to Pendleton.
Why would you want to do that?
So we can laugh at them. Look how long my hair is.
Oh yeah, no.
We're right here. I mean, we might as well.
Yeah.
Go fuck with some people.
I know. Actually,
it's just as bad as the person who can't let go of high school when they graduate.
On a positive side of things, though, I have some Lance Corporals that they're getting promoted next month, and they're like,
Yacht.
"Hey, we would really appreciate you coming to come pin us." And I was like,
Ooh.
"What?" You know, and I was like, "Dude, like, are you sure? Like, you really want me?" He's like, "Yes, like you're the most influential and the person I learned the most from."
Does that feel good?
And it's like, and I was called a shitbag, and I was called a waste of space in the Marine Corps, and that I would never make it in the civilian life. I would come back.
Now look at you making six figures.
You know? And it was just like because I was just being me, right? When I was NCOing, I had in no way thought that I would have influenced someone like that to the point where they're like, no, like we really, like, we need you back. Like, ever since you've left, it's been shit. And in my mind, I felt like people really could have cared less about me, because every time after work, it was just me, myself, guitar, and I, right?
Right. They missed those riffs,
not
man.
really too many people like really wanted
missed that time after Ashes riffs.
Oh god. Not too many people like, you know, went out of their way to like come see me or like hang out with me, and you know, like I had very, very few people that actually hung out outside of work with. So when they're telling me stuff like that, or how like I was really influential to, you know, set number of people, I'm like, I had no idea. I just acted as myself, and I hopefully you got something out of it.
Yeah.
Cool, but like you really want me to come pin you? I'd be fucking honored to.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I got to do that.
I tried my hardest to make sergeant. Okay, I'm sorry. The whole corporal thing.
What happened to corporal?
It was last minute. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can still pin me. I can get my blouse. And then
I'll give you fucking snake bites like a motherfucker.
No,
So influential. I was like, my prodigy.
I'm sorry.
The person
I know.
who literally joined the Marine Corps because of me never asked me
Heavily
to give him a rank.
influenced by you. Yes. But yeah, I
Bitch.
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 No, I had a unyielding desire to protect others, right? So
I mustn't. I shouldn't.
yeah, it was God.
Dude, it's a great feeling when someone says, "Come
Yeah.
pin me on."
So like, and you know that was like my whole thing too. It was like throughout my years or in my time as an NCO, I never had anyone come up and ask me to pin them. Like I'd always be in formation, like, oh, one of my guys got called up, okay, and then they'd say like someone else's name. And it was just like,
oh, fuck.
That was a fucking lie, you know?
Yeah.
And then so like yeah, like that really it didn't bring me down, but I was really like bummed that no one ever asked me. And the fact that people are asking me when I got out, it's like, oh, okay, I guess you really did get something from it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had my friend, the one you met, pinned me on. And then I had another staff sergeant at the time. I don't want to name drop. I don't know. Sometimes I name drop, sometimes I don't. I guess like if they're closer to me, I don't name drop. But
Yeah.
so my friend, he was a sergeant at the time.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, you're fucking pinning me on. He's like, cool, yeah. And then I had the staff sergeant who wasn't even in my shop. I was like, he is exactly the type of staff sergeant that I want to. Just like the other guy, like he did his job, but he was so chill. And I was like, I thought as I was picking up rank, at one point when I thought I was like, I'm going to stay in the Marine Corps, I thought that I wanted those hard chargers, the people who was just like, yeah, and the whole thing. Go be a drill instructor.
Yeah.
Just, buy the book. If the Corps wanted me to have a wife, they'd issue me one. Blah, blah, blah. I thought that's what I wanted. And then as I got deeper into the Corps, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I care about protecting my Marines in a time of like life or death.
Yeah.
Doing the job right. And like making good memories. Because there's enough bullshit. I knew there was bullshit. I didn't understand how much bullshit.
Yeah.
There's enough bullshit around. I didn't want to add to it.
Gotcha.
So I had this staff sergeant who was not even part of my shop. Like, you're putting me on because our few interactions we've had together, like, that stuck with me. And he was like, I could tell he was honored by that. No one ever asked him to pin him on or asked him to pin anybody on.
Yeah.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Because I never saw him pin anybody. But after me, I saw him pinning people. I was like, aha. I started it. And then my other friend, like, I was like, dude, hell yeah. I wanted him to do it. My OIC was, because we had two chief officers. And my senior one, the higher chief officer, I had him lead the ceremony.
Yep.
Looking back, I kind of regret that. No, nothing towards him. He was a great guy, but I formed a closer connection with the one who was a prior drill instructor.
Yeah.
Because he was firm, he was strict, he was fair, and sometimes he was a dick, but I understood him. I was like, the more I was taking in the knowledge of leadership, the more I was like, I get it. I understood what he was doing. He was intense though. And maybe like I needed that balance. I had so much chill happening, either not in my shop, but around my shop with all these people that I surrounded myself with. Like, these guys are chill.
Yeah.
I needed the firmness that he was. And he asked me if he wanted me to have him lead the promotion ceremony. And I was like, no. And I feel bad about that. I don't know why I feel bad about that, but I felt bad about that. Because then right after I picked up, I started working closer with him. And I'm like, damn it. Now I have more in common with him than anybody else.
Yeah.
And he was just, like, I took the firmness from him because he was firm in all the right ways for it. I thank you.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's hot. But at the exact same time, like, I I don't know. I think I was fortunate when I first got to my unit. What the hell is this? When I first got to my unit, the shop was different, completely different, and I didn't really care for the leadership.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't have anything against them personally. It's just they were absent. They weren't involved. They didn't really. They were just there.
Yeah. No, I get that.
The turnover that we had when we had new leadership come through, that master sergeant I was talking about, the former drill instructor one, and then even the actual OIC that we had, those three, like I thought it was a great shop. Mm-hmm. Even though they disagreed sometimes, like I thought it was a great shop. My friend, him and I got to work together as NCOs. We're in charge of our own little sections, which was fucking like
dope.
It was so cool because like
it's tubular.
It was so because then it's like people say sergeant's the best rank. Mm-hmm. I would say corporal's the best rank, and let me say why. You could still fly under the radar, and leadership isn't coming down to the corporals; they're going to the sergeants.
Yeah,
still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was having so much fun as a corporal.
Yeah.
I was like, all the party, like, dude, it was fucking dope. It was cool.
You're literally you're the bridge, right?
Yeah,
you're the bridge between non-NCOs and NCOs, and granted, one of the issues that I dealt with was they'd be like, "Hey, give me all the NCOs and the corporals," and it's like, "Now wait just a second.
Now
what the fuck do you mean by that?"
Yeah,
they always undermine the corporals. Sergeants was like the pure perfect fucking image of NCO.
What the fuck do you mean by that? Yeah.
So, but like that's something that my chain of command was very big on, and I even told them like when I did my outbound fucking, like the gunny talks to you, the first sergeant talks to you.
Your checkout sheet and all that.
Yeah, I know. I told them everything. I was like, your communication sucks. It's been shitty ever since we got back from deployment. With the new chain of command, blah blah blah. But that's a whole other thing. I think that's why so many of them didn't like me because I was just so blatantly honest with them. But again, I was exiting.
Yeah,
right?
You didn't care.
Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Well, yeah,
to me?
guess what? You ain't gonna do shit.
So,
you're gonna be begging to come back.
And God, fuck you. What
unit were you with?
Huh?
Okay. No,
nothing. People who know me know who and what I'm talking about. But respectively. Fuck you. I'm happy where I am. I'm not coming back.
Dude, you're doing great.
I don't feel,
You're doing great.
I need to, like...
Look at that haircut.
Survive.
The real reason why we haven't done a podcast for the people watching the show is because this haircut was fucking trash.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then he went to me lady who... Fucking look at you. Dude.
I call it the Captain America.
I know we just came back from getting food and Buc-ee's and stuff like that, but I want to take you on a date right now.
Brother.
You're looking great.
But... Yeah, so I was just
You're doing great.
Thank you. I was just blatantly honest with them. I think that is why so many of them didn't like me, but that's exactly what it was though. And I think that's part of the reasons why I didn't get sergeant either. Granted, yes, they asked me if I wanted to go.
You went on a board, didn't you?
I did go on a board. I passed my first board, but apparently that didn't count. They wanted a new one. So
funny how that works.
Yeah, so I went on a second one. And
did you get your photo taken in your chucks and everything?
I was about to, because I passed it.
Yeah.
But then like,
isn't it weird how that's how they decide somebody? They look at the person in their chucks and they're like,
Dude, you know what the greatest thing about that is I had passed my board and they literally selected me. Like I was the corporal, and I was gonna go get my picture taken. But the second I got to the combat camera place you have to go to,
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, we don't have you on file."
Oh,
that's interesting. They're like, "Oh, who are you with?" I say who I'm with. Yeah, we haven't gotten anything. So I go outside, with the little, not little. He's actually really tall, but the lance corporal I had with me, and because there was like there's like an NCO of the quarter or whatever, and then the other one Marine of the quarter. So we were the two selectees, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have it on file." So I went outside. I called, first the staff sergeant that was responsible for the whole thing. He's like, yeah, I'll make a couple calls.
Whatever that means.
15 minutes go by. Okay, I'm gonna call my sergeant, let him know what's going on. Hey, or one of the sergeants that was there at the time. Everyone else was doing something else. I was like, "Hey, yeah, we're here, and they didn't have us on file. That's why we're delayed. What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, we're in the office right now." Okay, check.
What do we do, Corporal?
Just wait. And so finally it gets to the point where like,
Pokemon
okay, tell them to go check. We sent the email, or whatever the fuck that means. So I go inside, and they're like, this is an older format. We need the newer one. So you need to go tell your first sergeant to get a newer format. I'm like, this is just ridiculous. Like, I'm to the point where like, okay. And then, the catch was they were closing. So they're like, yeah, just come back tomorrow or whenever. And so, I went back and I told my platoon sergeant everything what had happened. He's like, okay, we'll take care of it. And then, granted, in their defense, this is around the time we were getting ready to punch out to the field. So there was like a whole bunch of moving parts going on. So I totally understand that their mindset was not focused on a fucking Marine and NCO of the quarter. Long story short, we never got that picture taken. Nothing got... Someone didn't say something in time to the point where we couldn't take care of it. So, yeah, I completely missed opportunity.
If you got selected for sergeant and you meritoriously promoted, would you have stayed in, honestly? Think about that.
No, honestly, if I became a sergeant, it was more like a personal goal. Like, I really wanted to. And I had tried so fucking hard to.
Something about 3 stripes up, man. Yeah. That shit looks good.
But, like, going back to what I was saying about me not becoming one, they wanted me to go to... They had asked me if I wanted to go to section chief's course. But this was, like, I had, like, 3 weeks left. Like, there's no way I would have been able to pass the course, be a chief that... the battery needed, and then fulfill my duties in that regard. There was not enough time for it. It would have been pointless. I would have been literally a wasted body, wasted time for me to even go.
I hear
so
you.
I told them that like my focus is on getting out. I have my job that I at the time was doing my resume and everything for and getting hired. Like that's... Did
you already do that separations class, that subs-taps thing?
The TRS, Transition Readiness Seminar, yeah, I had already done that. So I had all my tools ready, for exiting. And I told them straight up, like, this is my focus right now, and I've been an NCO. I didn't say corporal. I've been an NCO for this battery.
Bitch.
Since, fucking January 2017. I've done what I've told when I was told.
Not
I
one
sure
of
everything,
you motherfuckers ever try to.
And the platoon sergeant even reading my file. Like he has like nothing negative whatsoever on his record. He's a fucking
good one go.
Expert rifle, all fucking 4 years. He's a fucking black belt, right? And this
PFT
and this.
on point.
Oh yeah, fucking first class PFT and CFT, all 4 years. So like all these really good things, but because you don't want to be a chief, you're a fucking shitbag, and you're not what the Marine Corps needs. You're getting out. You're a getting out corporal is what they called me, and we don't need that. So we're gonna non-rec you.
A GOC.
Tight, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Tight.
And
that's so stupid.
Yeah. So
letting good ones go like that.
I understand that they don't need people that just want to become a sergeant. They need section chiefs who can fulfill the duties as a cannoneer, artillery, blah blah blah. I understand that. But it's the fact that I had put in so much effort and time and energy and everything else of being a good NCO for the battery that I literally grew up. Like I literally stayed in Charlie Battery ever since. Oh fuck, name drop. Hi, yeah, that happened. Right. But like I stayed a part of that battery. This got really personal.
It's all right.
Ever since I hit the fleet in fucking September of 2015, and that's where I stayed. So I saw the best and the worst of chain of commands, people coming in, people leaving, and it just sucked that the chain of command that non-rec'd me was the one that I worked the least with because they were still new or interchangeable at the time.
Was that one sergeant major, the one that you said that looks like me? And
he's still there. He's I like your guys' mannerisms and how you talk and present yourself is the exact fucking same.
I gotta meet this guy.
I really want you to meet him sometime.
Do you think he'll see this podcast?
Probably not.
What's his name again? Can we name drop? It's okay. It's fine. He's so. It's.
I'll tell you outside of this. I don't want to name drop.
It is a sergeant major though, right?
It is a sergeant major. Yes.
I'm gonna send him an email. I am.
It's like hello.
No, because I'm sure he's on the NMCI network, as am I.
He will remember me in this regard. We had a mess night after a battalion field meet.
Yeah.
Right. and I was the president of the mess night.
Yay!
So I sat right next to him, and
yay, drinking the ugly slush of fucking Kool-Aid.
It was a spicy fucking what do you want to call it? It was a very hot, spicy, cold hot dog that wiggled as it came towards me. Right? So, oh man,
you just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. So that was my.
Oh, you just gave me goosebumps,
dude. I had to eat that fucking hot dog in front of the whole battalion.
Oh my god.
That was
one bite. Oh.
Yeah.
So he remembers you.
So
from
yeah,
that.
so he'll definitely remember me.
What the fuck you mean? Our mannerisms? What you trying to say?
No,
give me an example.
When he does it, no.
Come on.
When you talk to him, like you'll know exactly.
I don't know if I'll ever talk to him. If I send him an email, I'll send him a fucking email. I can't get his mannerisms off an email.
How you're talking right now, that like forward, just like high pitched like aggressiveness. That is him. That is literally him. And
I just need to know if I got a brother out there, or a fucking sibling, or a relative, or something.
Yeah.
That my dad or mom didn't tell me about. Maybe they don't even know.
Yeah. No, like
Sergeant Major.
Anyone who
I remember you showed me the photo. I'm like, he kind of looks like me.
Yeah.
Like if I shave my head.
Yeah. There was.
And I wasn't fucking
It's
overweight
a
as shit.
Scary resemblance, because like when I saw him for the first time, I resembled, no offense, but I resembled him to Skinny Randy.
Yeah,
and like his like aggressiveness.
None taken. You met me straight out of the Corps,
and so I was like, "There's no fucking way. Like, who are you?" You know.
So, it'd probably be a boring conversation because him and our mannerisms are so the same. Like talking to myself in the mirror, I might as well just look in the fucking mirror and be like, "Hey."
Yeah, no,
I'm genuinely curious about this guy, though.
I'm really curious if he'll, like, if you send him the email, like, check us out or whatever.
I'm going to send him. You know what? Fuck, even more so. Maybe if I can remember to make a separate clip of this, I'm gonna send him this video.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send him. Hey, this Marine was part of your unit.
Yep.
He remembers you. I'm gonna send this whole clip with the whole mess night thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming he's not part of the shitty chain of command you were talking about because he was so high up.
Yeah, no. And when I say chain of command, I don't mean everybody. There was just set
I know
people.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly. And it's unfortunate.
But
I'm going to talk to this guy.
Yeah, no, he's really like, he's not the typical sergeant major, right? Like you can actually like talk to him and it's cool.
So he's me.
That's where it gets weird, right? Because it's like like we had a like an NCO like luncheon, with the battalion CO and the sergeant major, and when it got to my point, it was literally just like me talking about like my acting career when I was like 12 or so.
Yeah.
And
which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, Emilio is a child actor, like legitimately.
I just found out I'm on IMBD.
Yeah. Somebody on our production team put you on when we did films and stuff like that.
Not even before that, I was in a short film with Julian Sands, the guy who played the Warlock in early movie. And,
yeah.
And
you are a child actor.
Yeah, that's like a legit
thing.
This
is cool.
That was weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a celebrity on the show today.
So
Emilio Martinez, child actor. He did not resort to drugs like everybody else. He didn't quit acting because people made fun of him in episode 1.
I joined the military.
He joined the military instead. He made it worse.
No.
So you were talking to the sergeant major about your acting career.
But like, that's how open it was, right? Like you could talk about anything.
I want to get him on this podcast.
So,
do you think he will?
Honestly, that I don't know, man. I know him enough that I know that like he's cool. You could talk to him. I don't know well enough that he'd be willing to like come down and sit down and talk about the Corps mindset.
Well, we'll go to him.
Yeah.
Let's get the insight of somebody who's been in the Corps this long. Ooh.
That'd be cool.
This is why podcast is the way to go because everything's mobile. We bring the gear. Hey, we've done on the shoot filming before. Yeah. Back in the day. We've done a lot of this. This is not foreign. I won't have the normal setup like this and the whatever, but I'll sit down and have a legit not you and I, we fuck around a lot because we know each other and stuff like that. But when we start bringing other people on the show, I actually want to like take it more seriously and get to know them because it's very interesting to see other people's perspectives of it.
Yeah.
I don't really have to pick your brain too far with it because I know you so well and I got to see the whole, your whole development in the course. So For us, it's more like just like, let's just talk about funny shit. But
Yep.
with other people, in any rank capacity, that person who said "fuck that" if you're 2 ribbons or below, I want to talk to these guys.
He wants to come on this show, by the way.
Get him on
He
here.
really wants to. Yeah, he fucking loves this show.
I want us to, expand. It'd be fun, and we could take the show on the go. We can travel. You'll go to Pendleton then, won't you? Let me ask you something.
What's up?
I think I've asked you this before, but this is a legit question.
Okay.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
You get a redo. It's 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not open contract. What's your MOS? What job would you have taken?
Ooh.
Not knowing what you know now, you can give me that one afterwards. But what job would you have wanted to do? Fuck it. Yeah, if you knowing what you know now, even screw it. Yeah, let's take the wisdom that you acquired over the past couple of years.
Something in the tech field, something that like no
Smart.
shit would lead to me getting like an A+ certification,
Yeah.
security, something that like I can apply like real world, afterwards, right?
Smart answer.
So like I would really pursue, and in no way am I regretting anything I've done, past 4 years or anything like that. I don't regret my MOS whatsoever at all. I just wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, why didn't you try something different in the Marine Corps? I was like, well, part of trying something different is getting out of that environment.
Amen,
right?
brother. That's very true.
And I can confidently say like I'm in a really good place right now, and
Dude,
I'm happy.
You hit the nail on the head with the MOS. I wasn't even thinking about that. I would have taken comm.
Well,
I would have.
Yeah.
I'm glad my brother is. I'm glad he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
It disappeared.
Wow.
Have we talked to that long?
No, but I guess we're getting up there. Anyway, I guess we're coming to
and like, in no way am I shunning or disregarding anyone that stays in or, that are comfortable or that's really like what they want to do in life. By all means, do full 20, fucking 30.
If you're happy?
If you're happy, exactly. If you're happy, at the end
more
of the
power
day,
to you.
if you can do it, by all means.
Comm is the way to go. Just because of work well, comm, intel, if you wanted to be more ground control, like go be a merc or something.
Comm and artillery sucks. So in terms of that regard, if you're attached to artillery, I would say that's like a dream job, but you're going to be working. You're going to be moving a lot. So
yeah, I can't speak. I never got to work with the artillery. Not like that.
Yeah.
Infantry guys, comm with infantry, not bad. Not a bad gig at all.
Yeah.
Comm is left alone. They just left. We all left them to their devices and stuff, like literally with all the radios and the text and stuff like that. Comm at a headquarters company. Oh, dude. I'm basically doing that now equivalently in the civilian side.
Yeah.
Dude. The amount of skating that I get to do. But like I said earlier, I do my job and I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
But when I'm done and I'm just sitting there and I have to run up the clock because I'm whatever, dude. And they're paying me for it.
Yeah.
Because you'd be surprised how many people are not tech savvy. You could do a comm job without a cert. I'm doing a comm job without a cert right now. I'm working towards it.
Yeah.
So I can do more intricate system admin shit. But like a lot of people are not tech literate. But we grew up in the computer generation.
Mm-hmm.
So we are more like used to it than the older folks.
Yeah.
And as long as there's people older than us alive, guarantee there's always a job because they don't know what they're doing. And you have a very specific job. What you're doing right now is very specific by task. I can't just come in day 0 and get right to work. I don't. Yeah. It's too specific.
Yeah. No, I'm like 3 months in and I'm just now getting the grasp of everything.
Nice.
Understanding the why behind what I'm doing. Which, granted, there's still so much behind it that I'm still adjusting to, but
jobs like that are not even in the Marine Corps, or I wouldn't even say it's not even the Navy. There's department. Everything's in the Department of the Navy, but it's not. You can't do that as a job.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's unfortunate because, like, I think what you do is kind of cool. Personally, like if I had an opportunity, I would consider it, but I don't know how to say this except bluntly. I get paid way too much to do what I do now.
Totally understandable.
You have to at least match or surpass to make me leave this very comfortable job. Yeah. I am so comfortable. Like I could do this for the rest of my life and I'm sitting comfortably. And then outside of that, I could do shit like this. We can do our music. We can do our film. We can do everything else that we do. And I'm sitting good.
Yeah.
But objectively, you have a cool job.
That's what's so cool about this job too, is like I don't need a cert to sustain what I do now, a part of that job. Now, if I were to get a cert, like A+ or security, whatever, then yeah, I could advance and, you know, continue it that way and still work in the same, you know, area and stuff like that. But for right now, I don't need anything. It's not part of the contract. It's not a requirement. It's just I was taught, you know, base level things to do and sustain myself to help on my side of things. And then when it gets to the more techie shit, then the techs come in and do tech things.
Yeah.
So
is that Marine who hired you? Is he one of the people who do that job, or is he just like a project manager?
Supervisor. So yeah,
he doesn't do the tasking.
He know. I'm like 100% sure he knows like how to do it, but that's not his sole job. No, he's
more on the like the recruiting side or whatever.
The more admin, behind the scenes shit.
Same with my PM. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
dude, my PM. I don't think I've ever dropped his name, so I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna say what I just found out. Dude's he's in zone. He's about to get selected or not. I don't even know what the proper term is. He's gonna pick up a 1-star general.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
As a reservist.
Yeah.
He's the 1-star who he reports to, because he's a colonel.
Yeah.
Is getting promoted to a 2-star.
Wow.
And they came to him. He doesn't drill out of here in San Diego. He goes out east a bit. And I'm being purposely vague, OPSEC. But they came to him. Yeah, they came to him and they said, "Hey, just so you know, get caught up on all these Marine Corps training stuff. You know, it's required to be a 1-star." And he's like, "Oh." So I was talking with him because he sits on site with me at work.
Yeah.
Sometimes. He's always all over the place. He does all the admin stuff, like
Yep.
what you're saying. But I help him up with his IT stuff when the network goes down and servers start acting up and stuff like that. And so one day, very recently, I went to go talk to him. It happened in between us filming these 2 episodes, this episode and the last episode. And he was like, "Hey, just so you know, this happened." And he's like being looked at to pin on 1-star. If he picks up 1-star, then he doesn't have to force retire, because in the reserves, enlisted or officer, you cap out after a certain point and you have to retire. But when you retire, you don't get your retirement pay immediately like you do on active duty. You have to wait until you're 60 or whatever the age is to collect your retirement.
Yeah.
But that's when you retire.
Gotcha.
The only time that changes is when you pick up 1-star, when you become a general, or on the enlisted side, if you become like Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Even then, though, wait a minute, that's not true, because there's a cap for enlisted. So the only way you can forcibly stay in is you have to pick up general. And he's like, "I'm being looked at for general." That's weird.
Yeah, I know in some instances, even for enlisted though, because I had a staff sergeant that if he didn't pick up, he was gonna leave.
He has to.
Yeah.
Staff sergeant, if you don't pick up past staff at 20, you have to retire at 20. That's your time and grade.
Yeah.
It's 20 years. If by 20 years you don't pick up gunny, you have to leave. I used to think, man, a staff sergeant at 20, what a piece of shit.
No.
But then I realized like there's a lot of bureaucracy involved.
Yeah.
Too. There's this one staff sergeant, so fucking cool, chill. Never got to work with him one-on-one, but this dude was medically injured.
Yeah.
Because he was injured, he put on a lot of weight. Shit happens. Like,
yep.
More weight than what I have on me right now. He was hurt though. He was on a med board, and people fucking like who didn't know like dogged on him. It's like, "Look at that fat piece of shit." Da 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 da. I'm like, dude. Okay, first of all, this dude has been in the Marine Corps longer than you've been alive. You piece of shit. I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm like, he's been in a long time. When you see him in uniform, look at his fucking ribbons. Dude's stacked.
Dude. So back to 2 and below guy.
Yeah.
There was a uniform inspection, and we had just got a new platoon commander,
Yeah.
right? And this guy was like straight, like fresh boot lieutenant, right?
Uh-huh.
And he was like this guy was like very cocky. And
The lieutenant?
yeah, and he quickly left, and he wasn't our platoon commander very long. We ended up getting someone who was way more cooler.
Did he get NJP'd for DUI as well? Oh wait, they don't get NJP'd. But
No.
did he get a DUI as well?
No, it's just we ended up like splitting platoons or something, and
okay.
there's interchangeable officer things. But
Sick.
this guy, this officer inspected the 2 ribbon below guy, and PFC. Because of standards,
yes.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And he looked at his ribbon stack and he was like, "Oh, what?" Like he was just so taken aback. Like he just couldn't register like PFC more than 1 ribbon.
PFC.
Like he can't
5 layers.
Like, something just didn't click, right? And it's like get your fucking head out of your ass. Like it fucking happens, right?
Yeah.
So So that was his way of saying,
yeah,
fuck you. You're not all that.
Saying, fucking lieutenant.
Yeah. So
he doesn't call him sir. Come here, lieutenant.
And yeah.
What have you done?
I cannot wait for him to come on this show, man. He will fucking open up like a fucking book. Okay,
I can't wait.
He loves talking about real shit like this. So yeah,
I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We gotta. Let's get in contact with him actually after this. Actually, I think we should wrap it up. Yeah, we're getting there. So, before we get out of here, before I turn you over, before I turn to our listeners, before I turn you over to
who of you,
Emilio Martinez to carry on the plan of the day, my part is, if you're digging the show, I'm asking you genuinely, sincerely, please on your podcast app of choice. Give us a rating. Give us 5 stars. Leave a review. It really, really helps. It helps the show out. It helps the algorithm know that people are engaged, and it can get us out there on more platforms when people are searching this category. The Marines, specifically the Marines, but the military and the veteran community, the military community, we need representation in the entertainment community as a whole, as an entertainment industry. Yep. We talked about that on the last episode about us being portrayed in entertainment. We need proper representation, but this is a team fight, so to say. I need you guys to go out there, rate, comment, share, and leave reviews and stuff like that. Give us a follow on your social platform of choice at Core Mindset. Core as in Marine Corps, not CORE. CORPS Mindset. You can follow us anywhere across the board like that, and reach out. And if you have any suggestions for the show, even if you're one, are you a Marine? Are you a vet? Are you retired? Whatever. Want to come on the show? Are you in San Diego? Hit us up. So, Emilio, send us off.
Please stop asking me to put my RPD shirt back on. Please. The first 2 times was an accident, and then the third was because of a request. But now it's like I don't even be known as the RPD guy, as what someone said to me was. So yeah. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. That's our safety brief. Okay, Emilio, take charge and carry out the plan of the day. Yeah.
Kill.
Raw.
Ray. I'm done.
All right. Okay. See you guys next time we post an episode.
Later.
Later.
We're ugly.
This is fun. I think this might be my favorite show of all the things that I do. Don't tell anybody.
I know, I'm your dirty side hoe.
According to the live stream.
Who's your live stream?